Good afternoon once again. This is Dr. Douglas B Logan doing the Positive News Network interview highlighting positivity in our community. Today, I have the privilege again to talk to now Mr. John Dixon, who is the behavior intervention specialist at Woodlawn High School. He is also the head coach of our basketball team, our JV basketball team, which this year they went 19-0. So a perfect season with some young men who have made a positive impact in our school. So Mr. Dixon, glad to see you, man. Thank you so much for allowing me to interview you, to talk to you about how you're positively impacting our school. Let the world know a little bit about John Dixon.
Well, I'm a product of private school, but I'm also a product of Baltimore County Public Schools and Baltimore City. So I started off in Baltimore City and came to Old Court and Winans Elementary, and then I graduated from Mount St. Joe. And tugged on my heart that, I used to do some things that I shouldn't do in life and hung around the crowd that wasn't always positive. But with great parents and great support base from my brother and my friends, I came up with some ideas to give back. So in like 97, we started a mentoring program in Baltimore City. Through the mentoring program, I started coaching basketball. So that's where the basketball comes from. And with that mentoring program, it was just giving back in St. Peter's, Claiborne, right there off Pennsylvania Avenue.
Mm-hmm.
So from there, that same thought process and that same giving back is why I do what I do here at Woodlawn. As you know, we started with the Avid program some years ago as mentors, and then I took that class over. With that class, I used that as an avenue for my athletes, for academic progress and pushing them towards the future.
Wow.
And that was the avenue to spearhead what happened this year with the 19-0 run.
Hello,
Right.
My name is Ania Rice. I play for the Woodlawn Warriors JV. We went 19-0 under the leadership of Coach Dixon. Coach Dixon is a positive role model because he taught me how to be a better person on and off the court. He made me better in ways I thought I would never get better. I'm happy I had him as a coach because throughout the season, he made sure I was grounded. He kept us safe.
So,
and he
man,
protected
you
us.
can be seen every day in our school building.
Yes.
Talking to children, teaching them, educating them, mentoring them, helping them understand the life choices they make even in this hallway, how they impact their life when they go home, how they impact their future. And it's not really just athletes. This is any child you come across, any person, male, female, boy, girl, it doesn't make a difference. You impact all children in this building just by your presence alone. I've seen you in the hallway talk to children that other people can't relate to, and them change their behavior just by a conversation with you versus somebody else coming along trying to give them the same exact information, but they trust you because you're a man of integrity. So tell me about how you impact these young people.
Well, I think the big thing for me is the passion I have is I feel like I owe tenfold. And when I say that is, I feel like when you do wrong in life, you have to pay back. And for me, the payback is giving everything I can to the young men and young women, especially our young men. I never forsake our young women. I love them up. I tell them I love them every day. But the young men need us, and they need that support. They need to see some positive men such as yourself, positive men in this building. They always look for the negativity in Woodlawn. I'm looking for the positivity. We could all leave and go to a better school setting, supposedly a better school setting, but what about these young men? And that's why I do what I do. That's why I push so hard. That's why I talk to the young men the way I do, and the young ladies the way I do, because if we support them now, they have to give back, and that's what I'm looking for, and that's why.
My name is Cameron Downs, and Coach Dixon has impacted me a lot over the past 2 years. I played for him last year, and he helped me get better on the court and off the court, as a person and as a player. He a good person. If you need anything, that's somebody you can come to, and he'll help you out with anything.
And a priceless investment in these young people's lives.
Gotcha.
So you have how many people on your team?
We started with 14, we ended with 13. I had 4 returners. and the rest were young men that were freshmen and a couple sophomores. What I do every year, I always look for the best 11, and I hold 2 spots for children that aren't that good. There's some other players that are better than them, but I hold 2 spots for those young men that I think that by the end of the year, Coach Dixon, which is my younger cousin, we give back. That's our give back, and we make sure by the end of the year, these 2 young people that can play basketball just as good as the other.
I'm glad I had Coach Dixon as a coach. I thought I would never get coached like that ever in my high school, like as I played throughout high school, because he taught me how to be a better person. I wouldn't ask for no other coach, to be honest, because he led us to a 19-0 undefeated season, and we got a championship my first year of high school.
So you went 19-0. I don't know how often that has happened in Woodlawn history, in Baltimore County history,
That's happened.
but it's remarkable this year.
Yes.
In the mid of all the things that are going on
Yes.
in our society, in our city, around Baltimore County, right here in Woodlawn area,
Yes.
you were able to craft 14, 13 young men, help them become 19-0 champions for Baltimore County of JV basketball. But it didn't stop there, because you're still in their life, even though the basketball season isn't over.
No.
They still call you coach. They still call and talk to you every day.
Yes.
You're impacting their lives every single day.
Yes.
So what has been your pride and joy of seeing them now champions and now scholars?
Well, it's a pride for some of them that are now, who weren't even basketball players, now taking pride there on some good AAU teams. Myself and my assistant coach, Nichelle Dixon, went 2 weekends ago to go support them at Garrison Forest playing basketball. Also, we have some young men that's playing lacrosse, track. We have an outstanding freshman that plays baseball here that we just trying to change the way we operate. The big thing that we focused on this year with the young men that go 19-0 was build a family. And them young boys are family. They are my family. They're Miss Nichelle Dixon's family. And that's how we operate. They call us, we're there. It's not just basketball, it's schooling. You know, we had one young man that needed some support emotionally. We're right there for you. And that's how it has to be. We're building a family. But I want the school to take on that. And I think we're heading in the right direction with the football program taking on the family-oriented style. And we're just going to move forward.
My name's Cedric Barnes. I play for Woodlawn JV Basketball team. My coach, Coach Dixon, he was a good coach. Whenever I did something bad, he'd get on me, but he wouldn't like really yell at me. Whenever I needed something, I could go to him. I could talk about anything. If I needed somewhere to sleep, I'd go over his house.
Wow.
Sometimes I really didn't know how to run a play in the game, and he'd tell me, go to the corner and shoot, do what you do, just feel comfortable. And like, he was a good person. He'll do anything for you.
You are impacting them. So if you were able to give one person who watched this video, then tell them as a young black man, what kind of advice would you tell them if they were struggling with any situation of life? What would be one critical piece you would tell them to put in place so that they can move forward in their future?
First thing I would tell them is trust God.
Wow.
Because without him, none of this would be possible. And 2, be honest in who you are. Be true to yourself. We all gonna make mistakes, but the choice that we make, we have to make sure that they are going to benefit us in the future.
Wow.
And that's the thing that we're gonna fall, but it's what you do when you fall. Do you stay down? Do you wait for somebody else to pick you up? With our young men in society today, I call it the microwave. They always want to put 10 seconds on and heat the food up real quick and see if it fits. Nah. Take your time. Let's slow cook us, because this is a turtle race. And by the end, that success is going to be great.
Wow. That's good. Man, I appreciate you allowing me to have this opportunity to interview you. Through this interview, you helped me fulfill my purpose of highlighting positivity in our community. And so, man, I thank God that you are who you are, and you are impacting the lives of so many young people the way you do every day. I pray that God continues to open up your territory, that He's enlarging your territory, that as you continue to impact lives, that you also see all of your needs met. And then God gives you an abundance so that you can continue to be a blessing to other people. Man, I appreciate you. I thank God for
Thank you, brother.
and I appreciate all that you're doing, man. Continue to doing. Listen, this is Dr. Douglas B Logan. I'm sitting with Mr. John Dixon. This is the Positive News Network, highlighting positivity in our community. If you know another young man that needs to be highlighted for the positive things they are doing in our community, please inbox me on YouTube or inbox me on Facebook. Find me and let us know so that we can uplift and celebrate what they're doing in the community. This is Dr. Douglas B Logan. Love you all. Thank you for watching. God bless.